Hello, and welcome to our podcast channel. It is Sunday, which means a new story. Today's story is a little bit different because it is a mixture between a real place and supernatural events. If you visit Tunisia, then you have to try the Hammam experience even for once. It can be found in North Africa, Middle East, Al-Andalus, Indian subcontinent, Central Asia, and Southeastern Europe. The Hammam can sound a little bit weird for foreigners. However, indeed, it is an experience worth trying. So what is Hammam? It is a steam public bathing that is associated with the culture of the Muslim world, however inherited from the Romans back in the 19th century. It is divided into women's hammam and men's hammam, and in some countries, it is for all genders. In Tunisia, hammam nowadays is a lecture where people go at the end of the week to relax, heal, and enjoy their free time. Its form differs from one to another. However, they all share the same structural concept, starting with the undressing room, a cold room where you can find toilets placed, a warm room, and a hot room where the hot water pool exists. Usually, everyone that enters the hammam sits for a bit of time in the hot room to enjoy the steam and warm their bodies. However, anyone should be cautious of staying too long for not ending up passing out. So anyways, I wanted to give you a brief image about the structure of hammam and how it works, because our story today is about a scary event that occurred in a well-known hammam that exists in the ancient city of the capital Tunis, in Sidi Mahra Street to be exact, a street famous of being haunted by the Red Jinn. Let's go into the story titled The Legend of Hammam El Dh'hab, translated as The Bath of Gold. The legend says that way back in 1221 Hijri, in the ancient city, a very beautiful girl with a long dark silky hair and fair skin, living a happy life with her mother, father and siblings. One day, she went to Hammam El Dh'hab to bathe, and while she was sitting in the hot room, she heard a sound asking if she needs any assistance. The girl replies she's fine, but then she stood still and motionless. She remembered that she was alone in the hammam, no one but her and few worker women that were out in the dressing room. She didn't even finish washing up. She went running, wore her clothes, and head out. And she swore to never go back there alone. Yet after a while, the girl went back to the hammam with her mother this time. When they were enjoying steam in the hot room, the mother glanced something shiny in the bottom of the pool that seemed like a piece of gold. Then suddenly, the earth beneath the pool split into two halves, and all the water was gone in a minute. The woman stood motionless, trying to digest what she has just seen. Then she quickly regained her consciousness and handed her daughter a pail and told her to go down and fill it with as much as gold as possible. The girl of course agreed and went down to the cave and started filling the bucket. Once full, the girl was heading out to give her mother the bucket. However, her mom stood in front of the cave and handed her another empty pail and ordered her to fill it. The girl obeyed, and they continued filling pails one after another until she had plenty of gold, money, and jewels that could make her the wealthiest woman on earth. When the girl was filling the last pail, she sensed the floor moving again. The opening was shutting down on her. The girl shouted to her mother. The girl yelled to her mother to pull her out of there, but the mother was driven by greed and ordered her to finish filling the pail. The poor girl started crying in fear and tried to get out of that cave, but her mom kept yelling at her to fill the last pail quickly until the floor was sealed for good, and the only thing that could survive was a tuft of the girl's hair that got stuck out. The mother couldn't believe her eyes. Her daughter was trapped, and the only thing remained was her floating hair. She got scared, and she didn't know what to do, so she brought scissors and cut her daughter's hair, took the gold and went home. Then she decided to stay silent about it. Days passed. The legend continues. A girl living next to the hammam was preparing for her marriage with the love of her life. Only one day left, and it is a Tunisian culture that the bride goes to the hammam a day prior to her marriage. The girl was preparing for the hammam day with her siblings and friends. On their way there, to prepare herself inside, waiting for her friends. However, when her friends arrived, there was no sign of her. They were only able to hear her voice shouting and asking for help. She was yelling that the red jinn took her. The girls panicked and went to her husband-to-be, whom was her cousin. Before his wife went to the hammam, he gave her his barnous, which is a traditional men's hooded cloak, to cover herself up with. Anyways, when the girl went to her husband-to-be, he arrived to the hammam quickly and started looking for her like crazy, opening every door and knocking on every wall. The only thing that he was able to hear was her fading, yelling voice, and soon he came into realization that she was far gone. The weird thing is that every year the hair grows again in the same spot, and girls get kidnapped. The villagers tried to seek truth about it, but it was in vain. And after that, Hammam El Dh'hab shut its doors for a long period of time, but then it opened again, but forbid it for women. Nowadays, Hammam El Dh'hab is only for men. So tell me, do you believe in jinn, and what do you think of this story? I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye bye.